Hello Internet, there's a video on Tuesday. What is happening in the world? Well, what's happening is I've just been doing, just a couple of games on Battlespot just to warm up, and I came across this guy from Japan who had a very high rating for the point of the season that we're at, and there was some interesting plays made in this game. So I thought, why not just post narrate it, just tell you all about it, and see what you think to it, see if you enjoy this. So I do lead with Smeargle and Xurkitree. He leads with Katana and Lele, actually. And I think as long as he doesn't have Bloom Doom, he can't knock out my Xurkitree. And I am actually hoping this first turn that my Smeargle is faster, so playing maybe a little bit reckless. And so I'm thinking as well, I've got my Scarf Lele in the back. I do want to get some damage on this Katana, not set up yet, just so that I can maybe lock myself into Psychic and sweep it through. So basically, he does Leaf Blade into the Xurkitree. We use our Citrus Berry there, so I need to remember that actually as well. And we do Thunderbolt into the Katana. And the damage here tells us that it's not Assault Vest. It's probably Focus Sash or something similar. Maybe the Scope Lens or something, I don't know. And we are faster with the Smeargle there too, which is fantastic. So we get the Lele to sleep. Next turn, I play maybe a little bit safer, I guess. I do go for, I believe, a Follow Me. And now I want to set up because now I can just keep going for a Follow Me. And as long as the Smeargle goes down, I can set up with Xurkitree and then bring in Tapu Lele, as soon as that does go down, and I can just outspeed the Katana, as long as that isn't Scarfed. I was actually worrying at this point that his Katana might be Scarfed, because I've just gone straight for 2 Leaf Blades here, so I'm beginning to get a little bit concerned. But next, he actually shows Detect, which is really good information. I know that it's not Scarfed. I can just keep on going for a Follow Me, and wait for Smeargle to go down here. I do actually this turn target into his Lele. I've been, it's been asleep for 2 turns. I'm not going to take any chances. Just going to knock it straight out there. If the Katana was Scarfed, then I could have been in a little bit of an issue, actually. But thankfully it wasn't, because it just shows the Detect there. So next turn, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I can't remember, actually. Probably just go for... oh, he's withdrawing. Okay, so this turn I can't remember what happened this turn. I think I protect my Xurkitree and try and Spore into the Gigalith, just because I'm thinking that I'm protecting my Xurkitree, which is good. As long as my Smeargle goes down, I can then bring in my Tapu Lele, which I now know is faster than his Katana, and I will be able to work around him and knock him out basically like that. So he does things a little bit differently. He protects his Gigalith there as he withdraws his Katana. My Smeargle goes down, and I do pay attention to Sandstorm actually, and I see that my Xurkitree is faster than his Arcanine, which is really good information for us. So I bring in my Trevenant here. I don't really want to bring in Tapu Lele at this point. I actually frisk his Rockium Z and his Choice Band. I know that I'm faster, and so I can just go for a Thunderbolt straight into his Arcanine. I was a little bit worried about him withdrawing his Arcanine into Katana, because I'm basically using this turn to get rid of Arcanine so that my Trevenant can boost up. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. I was thinking to myself at this point, I wonder if a Bloom Doom would have just knocked out his Gigalith, because that would have been an easier way of doing it, wouldn't it? I'm not sure if Bloom Doom, especially from a weak Hornlynch, would knock it out. I don't think it would. And I was actually expecting a Continental Crush onto my Xurkitree to knock it out here, but as long as I got rid of the Arcanine, I would have been fine. But instead, he just goes for a Rock Slide, which is fine by me, because I've still got both of my Pokemon left. He's down to his last 2 Pokemon. I've got a Scarf Lily in the back as well. He doesn't know that my Lily is Scarfed either. And so I'm feeling pretty good about my situation. I think that Trevenant has basically got the game here. I don't want to protect one and he, predict it and, all the rest of it. So I'm not protecting my Xurkitree here. He does just go straight for the knockout there. Could have protected Xurkitree, didn't. Just wanted to be safe. Because I think that as long as I Horn Leech into the Gigalith and my Trevenant survives this turn, then the combination of Trevenant and Scarf Lily will just beat him from here. I do think that I should be able to survive a Continental Crush here, because I am at +1 after all. I'm +1 defense. But I'm thinking this Continental Crush, looking at the damage it's about to do, I'm thinking this is coming off of a Stone Edge, which I suppose is the norm actually. And it does way, way more damage than I thought it would. I thought I'd take, like 60, maybe 70% from this. But this Continental Crush does a lot of damage. And I'm in a bit of a predicament here, because I've got my Scarf Lele. He doesn't know that I'm Scarfed, but if he suspects that I'm Scarfed, or wants to play it a little bit safer. Because look, I was at 22, I go down to 11 HP here. One more round of Sandstorm will take me out. I think he'll play safe here, and he'll just double protect both of his Pokemon, just in case I am Scarfed. So I do go for a Psychic into his Kartana, but I actually go for a Horn Leech onto my own Tapu Lele here, thinking that I'm at +1, but I shouldn't knock out my Tapu Lele, because if he does double protect, I'll be able to survive one more round of Sandstorm damage. That does a nice amount of damage to Tapu Lele, and I will just be able to do the same thing next turn, just outspeed him with the Scarf, just go for a Psychic and knock him out. He doesn't protect either of his Pokemon, and the play still does work out for us because we do knock out his Kartana, and Trevenant is boosted up thanks to the recovery from my own Tapu Lele there. So the Horn Leech into my own Tapu Lele, I didn't need it. I was basically hoping that I wasn't going to critical hit myself. I didn't want to knock myself out there because then Trevenant would have possibly still won actually, but with the extra recovery and everything. But I didn't want it to knock it out, just because I knew that I would be able to outspeed it next turn if it did protect, and I would be at the health to survive another round of Sandstorm, because I thought he'd just double protect there, just on the off chance that I was Scarfed. But thankfully not, and that is just a game that I did and didn't record live. So we'll end this pretty quickly. It's just a sort of interlude to Bazzle spots, I guess. So stay tuned tomorrow, Bazzle spot, and hope you like this. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye for now.